the World Vale Tudo Championships from Sao Paulo, Brazil. David Rotman along with you here to witness the finest, no-holds-barred talent fighters in the world. Tonight, 8 fighters from 6 countries will go head-to-head in a single elimination tournament to determine who will be the World Vale Tudo Champion. And of course, the super fight. In Portuguese, Vale Tudo translates to anything goes, and that is true except for the following rules. No biting and no eye gouging. Fighters can win a fight in one of the following ways: submission, that is tapping out, knockout, referee or doctor intervention, a towel thrown in from the corner, or a decision, which will happen if any fight goes the 30-minute maximum.
This is where the tournament starts. 8-man tournament. Get down to the 2 best fighters. They'll fight 3 fights, and here comes the first fighter.
The first fighter tonight in our main draw, Zane Frazier.
Hi, my name is Zane Frazier. I represent the United States of America. The style I represent is American Kempo Karate. It is an honor to be here in the World Vale Tudo Championships #3, and I'm going to win.
33 years old. He's 6'5", 265 pounds, from North Hollywood, California. He's a striker. He's a Kempo fighter. He is 4-4.
Karate champion in international karate tournaments. There's no better fighter. Vale Tudo, he's 4-4. Things have changed for him a little bit. He's trying to learn the ground skills to see if he can really compete, and that's what's going on here tonight.
He's a phenomenal athlete, a former college basketball player. He'll need all of his skills against this guy, Mr. Hulke, 34, 6'2", 230 pounds, from Rio de Janeiro. He is 4-2 in Vale Tudo. He's undefeated, though, in Capoeira.
My name is Master Hulk. I am Capoeira. I will become the World Vale Tudo champion.
Yeah, this guy's amazing. To be 34 years old and they call you a master, that tells you right there. He's the best Capoeira fighter in the world today.
Very calm, too. He turns around, looks at someone in the audience. Hi, Mom. You know, very, very calm. I'll tell you what, Zane looks very concerned. He looks nervous.
Yeah, he knows he's got his hands full tonight. The fighters included, as well as everybody else here tonight, said this is the best card they've ever seen. So there's going to be some phenomenal fights.
For the unknowing, Capoeira.
Capoeira is there's a long story behind it. It's where the Africans first came over here. It started actually as dancing and being able to fight in handcuffs. There's much more in depth about it, but these guys are great with their feet. They've incorporated wrestling with it. This guy is a tough guy. He could fight standing upside down, is what they tell me.
Zane Frazier will want to stay on his feet as long as possible because, of course, he's got the kickboxing skills. He's 17-2 as a kickboxer.
Strong puncher. If this guy gets a hold of you with a couple good shots, it could be over.
They're going to look at each other, but there's a taste of Capoeira.
A lot of Americans have only seen that in the movies, but that's really how he'll use it. Testing his distance now.
Zane just kind of waiting his time. He wants to get a shot in to soften this man up. That's going to be tough. 230 pounds is Mr. Hulke. Thus the name Hulk.
Hulk doing a lot of spinning kicks, virtually unknown. Very few people are willing to do that in this type of competition.
One leg takedown that time by Zane Frazier. He's on top. Hulk just hugging him, which is a normal move.
Yeah, he'll put him in the guard.
Actually, not quite in the guard. Yes, he is. He's in the guard now.
He'll try and hold him, not try and let Zane get stand up and get any punching power.
Zane wants to push back and try and get a shot in or do something, but he's got to watch out. Doesn't want to get too free for an arm bar or anything like that.
Yeah, interesting to see.
Look at the jaw in the eye. Hulk is just burying his jaw into the cheek and the eye, which I don't think Zane has ever had done to him before.
Very interesting technique. These Capoeira fighters are used to fighting with their head. They used to lead with their head when they were fighting in handcuffs. That's where they get that from. They use their head a tremendous amount.
Okay, guard is open right now. Zane is trying to think of what he's going to do here, and I'll tell you what, it's a great resting position for a fighter, too. They can get the breath. But
yeah, it was interesting to see Zane come out and take him to the ground. He told us he's been practicing his ground skills, and by being willing to go to the ground when he's a great stand-up fighter.
Bus. They're almost out of the ring, and we'll see what happens here. They're gone out of the ring. Okay, Sergio Battarelli will bring it back. They were a little combat outside of the ring, but they'll come back in and start it from scratch. Waiting for Frazier's hurt. He is on his back. He is injured. Seems like he has a head injury. I don't know what happened when he fell out of the ring. They're out of our view when he fell out of the ring, but Zane Frazier is still down. The doctors are looking at him right now. Wasn't a particular move. I think it was all of the weight of Hook. At 235 pounds fell on him, and it must have caught him in the head because they're looking at his eyeballs, and boy, they're rolling up into his head, Greg.
Yeah, you know, we intentionally made a low mat here, so if they did fall out of the ring, it wouldn't be a far fall. And it's also carpeted, so he shouldn't be too hard, but it looks like he's not getting up.
He's taking smelling salts. He's obviously in some pain, but it
looks like it's over. Master Hook victorious. Round one, when it looked like he was not in too much trouble, but wasn't doing much to win. It was a pretty easy fight for him. He'll be fresh to go for round two.
Time limit in these fights, 30 minutes, but I don't think we'll see a 30-minute fight tonight.
Yeah, the only fights that you may see go that are really with jiu-jitsu fighters. They like to wear their opponents down and take them on as long as they can and wait for that opportunity for someone to make a mistake, especially when you're a small guy like Fabio.
It looked like Zane, which was a little bit surprising, but he went for the one-leg takedown, single-leg takedown, which a little, like you said, he's improved his fighting skills, and he was on top. He was in a full mount, but they drugged themselves off, and somehow he cracked his head somewhere.
Let's see, as they rolled, he rolled on the back of his head. As you can see the instant replay, it was a rollover, and it turned out bad for Zane. An unfortunate loss.
Yeah, because he really actually showed very well for the couple of minutes this fight lasted, but he'll go on to the next round. Mr. Hoki, of winner by a knockout. All right, our next fight. This is highly anticipated. In the blue corner, the American freestyle wrestler, Mark Kerr, 28, 6'1", 260 pounds. He's from Toledo, Ohio. And again, freestyle wrestling is his forte. This is his first Vale Tudo fight.
Hi, I'm Mark Kerr. I'm representing American Freestyle Wrestling. I'm here at the World Vale Tudo 3 to prove it's the best fighting style.
Yeah, this guy, they expect a lot out of this guy. With his corner man, you can see Richard Hamilton, who has brought in 3 of the toughest Americans ever to step in the ring, and that would be Dan Severin, Don Fry, and Mark Coleman. He told us earlier today that this guy is the best he's ever seen.
And now coming in, the biggest here, Paul Varlins, 27 years old, 6'8", 330 pounds. He scales the top rope. He's from San Jose, California. He's a striker. He's had 8 years of wrestling experience, but he's much better on his feet.
This is Paul Marlins, the Polar Bear, freestyle fighter out of Sunnyvale, California, down here in sunny Brazil, to win the World Vale Tudo Championships in style.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely the striker. Kerr will probably try and take him right to the ground, try and control him, give out some abuse. We'll see if his submission skills are like Richard Hamilton told us. He told us he's been working on them and that he will be able to make his opponents submit.
Varlin 6-5 in Vale Tudo fighting, coming in. He's going right after him, very aggressive. A kick to the midsection that time, another front kick, and another side kick, a Muay Thai kick. I did not expect this from, he's being warned about using, you can only kick. You get one freebie if you're wearing shoes, that's a warning. Then any other kicks with the foot, if you're wearing shoes, is illegal. Could lead to a disqualification.
Little blood coming from the face of...
Oh, huge takedown.
Varlins.
Double leg takedown on Varlins. You're going to see the wrestling skills really come into play here.
Yeah, this is right where Kerr wants to be. This is where he's dangerous.
Knees him in the face, and he knees him again.
Beautiful knees in the face. Very strong.
Kerr is incredibly strong, and another knee right in the face. I don't know how Varlins can take much more of this, but these are tough guys. You notice that Kerr is wearing protective tape around his wrist. That could be a disadvantage advantage.
Strong right hands by Kerr.
He's just pummeling the big guy.
Varlins is not the guy to give up, though. He's been in there with guys who have done this to him before, but Kerr could be the strongest.
Kerr in the side mount there, and he's just trying to, obviously, Varlins is not doing anything to try and get out. He tried a knee to the back that time, didn't work.
Yeah, it's tough to get out of a position from a freestyle wrestler like Mike Kerr. this could be a lot of this sitting around for Paul Varlins.
Mark Kerr is incredibly strong. We saw it in his training. Everyone that he worked out against, this man is just unbelievably strong, and Paul Varlins is finding a whole bit. He's just taking some brutal shots in the face.
Brutal shots. Outweighed, Varlins is 80 pounds heavier than Kerr, but Kerr is just demonstrating some vicious power.
I asked Kerr before this fight how he's going to win it. Look at Varlins can't take much more.
Varlins
that is
bleeding
unbelievable.
Tremendously from the mouth and the eyes, but he does not give up.
He's a tough kid, but I'll tell you what, his face is just destroyed right now. It is crimson.
Kerr just punishing him. Sergio Bottarelli watching close and
Sergio
stops the
Bottarelli
fight.
says they can't handle anymore. That's right.
Varlins unable to protect himself. Bottarelli doing the right thing, stepping in. Some serious cuts. Kerr, just as Richard Hamilton told us, is an absolute monster. Came in strong, attacking his opponent. To be able to take Varlins and push him around like that, I've never seen anybody push him around like Kerr did tonight.
I was wondering, and you and I are both wondering, how he was going to put somebody away. A freestyle wrestler, he didn't have quite an idea of how they would, how he would handle this situation, but he showed he's got an incredible knee. He had incredible, and he's a great striker.
Yeah.
You saw some of the vicious blows, and he was methodical about it. He had of course, he went with a double leg takedown, looked like a football tackle, and he put him on his back, and it was all over. And Varlins was brutally brutalized. That was just unbelievable. He is still down, and his face is a mess.
Yeah, I haven't seen him like this since he fought Marco Huas, which it took Marco a little bit longer, a little bit smaller, not quite as strong as Mark Kerr. Different tactics, but same result. Paul Varlins has been in there with the best of them. He really has, and people match it that way because he's such a big, strong guy.
I'm so glad to see the polar bear get up. Oh, he's still trying. He's really been.
He's rocked.
He's obviously rocked, and oh my God, that's
a big show of appreciation for Paul Varlins. He wouldn't tap. You'd have to almost kill this guy. He just would not tap out.
He's very angry with himself for getting in that position, but he met a superior wrestler and
superior striker.
And an unbelievable striker. I did not know what to expect from Mark Kerr. Mark Kerr has a pretty good future, I think, in this sport.
Yeah, whoever fights him is in for quite a fight tonight, I can tell you that.
That was an unbelievable takedown, too. I mean, that's 340 pounds he picked up like nothing. He set him up and started out with a couple of kicks, got warned for using this shoe because it's illegal. But look at this. It's just a battering. Huge right hands and
right hand after right hand. Hopefully he won't hurt his hands.
Yeah.
If he's gonna plan on continue. A lot of times they teach in Vale Tudo to use elbows in that type of situation, but he was content on punching away and using that right hand and the right knee and did some serious damage.
Take my hat off too if I was wearing one to Sergio Bottarelli because he really stopped something that could have gotten really much worse. And
yeah.
See, look at that foot. Look at that knee into the face. Into the side of the head. It's just, and his face is exploding every time he takes a huge shot. And it was methodical. That's what the one word that pops up in my mind.
Yeah.
He just broke him down.
Totally controlled the fight.
Stayed in that cross mount, and then boom, he just went over. I mean, it was unbelievable. Kept him at bay. There was nothing. He was out at this point here. So
Kerr really just setting him up. You could see him holding his head, just picking that spot, wait for that knee to drop, boom. Exchange the knee to the side of the head. Varlins just outclassed here tonight.
Mark Kerr just passed a huge test. He's been sick all week. He's had a little stomach problem, but he took some medicine yesterday. He's feeling a lot better, and he certainly didn't look like he was ill at all tonight.
No, he was aggressive, and Richard Hamilton, just another day at the office with another one of his great fighters. And like I said, he told us that this guy cannot be stopped, will not be stopped. He said there's a guy that'll stop everybody, but not this guy. Getting ready for the third bout of the tournament. Gary?
All right, here we go. Our next bout. Nobuhiro Tsutsumaki, 25, coming out right now. Nobuhiro Tsutsumaki, I'm sorry. He's 25, he's 5'10", 200 pounds. From Tokyo, Japan. He has a 7-3 record and a bit of an unknown quantity, though.
My name is Nobuhiro Tsurumaki. I come from Japan. My style is submission arts wrestling, judo, karate, sambo, kickboxing, small combination. My finish hold is choke. Oof.
Yeah, this guy's a tough guy. Japan keeps coming out with tough fighters. None of them have been able to survive in the Vale Tudo with the Americans and the Brazilians, but Kawasaki, his manager, told us this is the guy. Even though he seems small, big things come in small packages.
All right. Now here is Michael Pachork, 5'10", 220 pounds, a 30-year-old from Huntington Beach, California. His style, pit fighting.
My name is Michael Pachork from Huntington Beach, California, and my style is pit fighting. It's a combination of both wrestling and street fighting.
Yeah, these guys are very similar in size. This should be a very evenly matched fight. Both good wrestlers, both strikers. Should be another very entertaining fight.
Michael's record is 7-1. He's had quite a bit of experience. He's fought all over the world. Very much so as Samaki. Samaki has been training only for 5 years, but they say he's a quick learner. He's practiced some kickboxing along with his ground skills. So he's a
heart of a
submissions
champion.
artist.
Both stalking each other. They look like they want to go to the ground. They want to do the wrestling. They're comfortable.
Try to go down right now, but
they sweep right back up.
Tsutomaki tried to get him down.
And actually, that's where Pachork generally likes to be. He likes to take his opponents down and strike on the ground.
They're going to wait each other out here. Somebody's going to make a mistake or make an aggressive move, and then somebody's going to go for something.
Yeah, Pachork, comfortable sitting in this position. This is where he sat against Nielsen in his last fight. See who tries to make the takedown to the ground. They seem both very comfortable standing, though.
Double arm lock right there. That
if he can throw him down.
Well,
they go to their knees.
On top. He's in the guard right now. Now we'll see what happens. Mike loves this situation.
This
he wants
is where
to get
he
a little distance so he can start striking. His little head, open hand to the back of the head, to the side of the head.
Yeah, a lot of these fighters are starting to use the open hand palm rather than breaking their fists like Pachork did actually in World Vale Tudo Championships #1 in Japan.
He popped him again, but really, I don't think that's hurting the Japanese fighter very much. But he's rubbing that. He's got a beard. He's just rubbing it in there, and now he's punching him.
Lefts.
More
couple
left.
strong lefts and rights. Tsutomaki taps out quickly. A couple strong lefts and rights, and it's over.
That shocked me. That shocked me how quickly that was over, but you're right. Michael Pachork's striking power comes through once again for him as he improves to 8-1 as Tsutomaki taps out.
Pachork, a strong puncher, and he showed it there. He's a bodybuilder. You can see the build on this guy. And he comes to hit and hold. Hit and hold.
Very, very 180 degrees from our previous fight where Paul Varlins would not tap out. This young man.
This goes to show you that the Japanese fighters, again, just cannot compete. They're just not big enough or strong enough. Even the few sumo guys that have tried in these type of competitions, the Americans and the Brazilians have been able to take them down, strike on them, and they're the ones who created these arts. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before they come up with some great fighters.
Well, Mike finally got him where he wanted. He got him on his heels there, and he rolls him over, and then he had him where he wanted him. Soon as he softened him up with a couple of shots with the open hand to the side of the head.
Yeah, the guard sometimes enough. If you're a good jiu-jitsu fighter, you're able to control your fighter from the guard, but he wasn't able to hold the arms back to stop the strong left hands of Michael Pachork.
And what I like what Pachork did too, just to irritate his opponent, and it hurts. You get a beard rubbed in your face, man.
Yeah.
That does not feel very good. And there goes a couple of lefts, and watch this. He will finally get some distance and really unload. Those are very vicious shots, tough shots. He tapped out. All right.
Fight number 4.
This is the one these people are going to go nuts over.
This is the one they've all been waiting for. This is their hometown favorite.
Okay, coming out here momentarily, American Pat Smith. He's 33 years old, 6'2", 216 pounds from Aurora, Colorado. He's a striker, a kickboxer, kind of an all-around fighter, and he's also a pro boxer with a 9-4 heavyweight record. But tonight, Vale Tudo.
My name is Patrick Smith. I'm glad to be invited to the World Vale Tudo Championships #3. The reason I think I'm going to win this tournament, I've been working on my conditioning and my ground fighting.
Yeah, this guy's the best striker in the tournament, in my eyes. And he tells us he's been practicing his jiu-jitsu. We'll see. He's going to fight one of the best in the world, in Fabio Gurgel.
He will not come in here without any experience with 200 fights. You hear that scream? That is for Fabio Chirol, 27-year-old, 6 foot, 195 pounder from Rio de Janeiro. He is 1-0-1 in this type of fighting, Vale Tudo fighting. 195-5 in all attempts, and jiu-jitsu, pure Brazilian jiu-jitsu is his forte.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, coming off a big win at the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships. He is as good as they come in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Patrick has fought all over the world, every time zone. He fought 26 times in 1995.
Yeah, he definitely likes to stay active, this guy. You can hear the fans. Fabio.
Sergio Battarelli starting this one.
A strike, a couple of strikes by Smith.
Boy, a couple of forearm, actually elbows to the head. Pat Smith using the rope to stay up, and he's pounding Fabio in the head. Fabio will not budge, though. He will not let him out of his grip. He's got his wrist locked around his arm. Fan comes into the stands, helps Fabio. They don't want Pat Smith to hold onto the rope. Sergio, there's a major confrontation here. Sergio Battarelli trying to straighten everything out.
It's a question of holding the ropes is what's going on here. Patrick Smith in a situation.
Something happened. Patrick said, I'm not going to fight if I can't fight that way, maybe. I don't know.
Here's a question. Patrick Smith very upset about what went on here tonight.
Boy, that did not last long. A man with a Fabio t-shirt came in, as you probably saw, ladies and gentlemen, tried to get Patrick Smith's arm off the ring. Now, I'm not sure if we have a decision.
I'm not sure if it's over. I'm not sure what Sergio, it's up to Sergio Battarelli to decide what.
They're chanting here. I hope you don't speak Spanish. Or Portuguese. There's still a lot of discussion going on.
A lot of controversy going on in the ring here.
Like,
Patrick
hey,
Smith extremely upset.
I don't know what Sergio's going to do here.
Yeah, we're going to see what's going on here.
Trying to get some more gloves on, I know that. Rubber gloves
A tough call for Sergio Battarelli. You're not supposed to hold the rope. Sergio tried to release him. A guy came out of the fans, out of the crowd to try and release Patrick Smith's arm himself. I think they're getting ready to go again. We'll see.
Yeah, Sergio's putting the gloves on, so yeah, I think we'll continue. Well, here, you see it right here. Fabio gets him around the waist. He's not going to let go. The arm goes into the rope by Pat. Every time he tried to throw him on his back, he would slide down. Look at the elbows to the back of the head. Pat won't go down because he's got that rope. Sergio hasn't done a whole lot about it at this point. Now he's stepping in. Now watch it momentarily. You will see a fan come in here if they keep this replay going as Patrick Smith pummels Fabio in the back of the head. But a fan will come in and try and release, well, you never saw it, but to release his arm. So Patrick trying to get a clarification of the rules right now with Sergio Battarelli. Don't know what happened.
Patrick Smith showing him some nice respect. Showing nice respect.
Now time for the semifinals of World Vale Tudo Championship number 3 here from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Hi everyone, I'm Gary Cruz along with Greg Friedman, and entering the ring right now, Mark Kerr, the 28-year-old from Toledo, Ohio, who was incredibly impressive in his first bout when he took out Paul Varlins when the referee stopped it. Sergio Battarelli had to stop the fight. Mark Kerr, the unknown product, but we know a lot more about him now. And now coming in, boy, you talk about another physical specimen, Master Hoki, 34-year-old policeman, from Rio de Janeiro. He's 232 pounds, 6 foot 2 inches tall. This should be a great match.
Yeah, it really should. Neither one of these guys really had to break a sweat. Kerr broke a sweat, but you know, a little bit more than Hulk. They both look fresh, like they're just getting up in the morning. So we'll see what goes on here.
Very cool, calm, and collected Hulk he is. He's just kind of standing there looking at his friends, giving the thumbs up, which of course is a greeting here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and all of Brazil, actually.
Yeah, the favorites here tonight were Mark Kerr and Fabio Gurgel. So this is the semifinal match that Mark will have to get through to make it to the finals.
Mark has never seen the type of fighting he's going to see here with this young man.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anybody come out and start throwing spinning kicks in this type of tournament. But the Hulk does it.
Caminhada, that's the style from the Hulkster.
He's setting up for those spinning kicks. You can just see him setting up back kick, side kick, round kicks. He's full of kicks. Kerr very confident, very calm, just sitting in there.
30-minute time limit, but again, we haven't come close to that tonight. Kerr going in for the
takedown.
Takedown, but Hulk's holding he's punching Kerr in the side of the head. Kerr's got him on his back. He's in the guard. Kerr's much more effective on a cross mount, as you saw with Paul Varlins, where he could get his leg free.
Yeah, Hulk knew if he was going to go down to stay in the guard.
Kerr with a feeble punch to the back of the head. Now he's hitting him in the ribs. I don't think it's going to hurt the big guy.
Punishing blows to the ribs. You can hear those from out here. Hulk a much better fighter from the ground than Varlins was, though.
Kerr's trying to keep his distance a little bit from Hulk.
Kerr just might be too strong.
Hulk's very strong. So is Kerr, though. Kerr keeps rolling him along the ropes. Now, Hulk's got his arm around the ropes, very much like Patrick Smith. Hulk using all of the rope. Battarelli trying to get his foot out of the rope and his arm. Now he's got a headlock on Kerr.
Hulk trying to dig in for that choke. Yeah, he'll be trying to dig in for a choke here. I've never seen a neck like Mark Kerr's before, so it'll be interesting to see if it can be choked.
Yeah, the guard is open now for Mark. Mark trying to get
Kerr moving him.
This is a position he wants to get in a cross mount, but he can't quite do it. Good punch to the face that time. A good strike by Kerr.
Hulk well versed on the ground, able to sit here. He's controlling Mark so he can't get off any devastating blows, but Kerr very comfortable down here. Controlled much bigger opponents than. Moving to the side mount is Kerr. This is where he likes to be.
Watch Kerr. Hulk trying to get out of the ring. Hulk left the ring. He's taking shots.
That should be it. Hulk backing out of the ring.
Backing out of the ring. That should be it.
Hulk taking a couple devastating blows as he crawled out of the ring. He's had enough. A couple strong punches by Kerr. Might have hurt his hand here. I see a little blood coming from the knuckles of Kerr. He got
Mark Kerr.
Mark Kerr advances to the finals.
Hulk trying to slide out of the ring, tried to squirrel out and get out of the ring. But boy, I'll tell you what a right hand, what a shot by Mark.
Two strong right hands by Kerr. Kerr was going to have nothing of it, said if this guy's going to crawl and slide out, I'm going to make him pay. He did. Hulk took those shots and did not want to get back in the ring with Kerr.
Kerr is talking to Sergio Battarelli. Kerr's hands are bloodied, but that's what you give up when you bare knuckle fight. You just hope that he's not seriously injured. You hope that's not a break or anything. But look at that action right there. Hulk just had nothing left.
Yeah, we discussed it with the fighters earlier today at the rules meeting, and we told them if you intentionally get out of the ring, you're disqualified. And he would have been disqualified anyway, but Mark didn't know that and said, I'm going to make him pay. And he got off those shots.
The American freestyle wrestler has been incredibly impressive in his first two ever World Vale Tudo championship fights. I'll tell you, he's amazing. He's going to the final.
Absolutely devastating. He's coming over for to say hello to the guys. Great interview. Congratulations. He's bleeding. Hopefully he'll be able to continue.
Your hand okay. We're getting ready here for our other semifinal. And again, two gentlemen that had very quick bouts. We're waiting for Michael Pachorik, the Huntington Beach surfer. Southern California guy, he's coming in, and right now, this tournament is kind of going the way that we thought it would. And as a matter of fact, Mike Pachorik will be in the blue corner, if you didn't catch it earlier, he's 5'10", 220 pounds. He's 30 years old. And now, the favorite here, Fabio Gurgel, who won a very controversial first match, but we did find out that in that match, Sergio Battarelli said that Patrick Smith did not want to continue. He tapped the shoulder, and then he changed his mind. Well, Sergio would not allow that to happen, and then cooler heads prevailed. It could have gotten really ugly in this venue here in Sao Paulo, but it didn't. It'll be interesting, but I'll tell you what, Mike Pacholik has his hands full.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He might be a better striker on the ground, but he's fought jiu-jitsu fighters before. This will be interesting.
Both very strong. Mike's going for the takedown.
Mike with the usual wrestling, goes low. Fabio knows to go for the sprawl, spreads out. Pacholik able to roll him over. Fabio into the half guard.
Yeah, guard's open. Oh, taking a couple less. Pacholik has not hurt him. He's trying to create a little distance so he can start punching, but right now he's taking all the shots on the head, the back of the head.
Yeah, Fabio very comfortable fighting from his back, though. He's been here before. Pacholik throwing some blows, squeezing, pushing Fabio into the corner.
The guard is open right now, but Fabio's got his right hand in a vice grip, so Mike cannot punch with that left hand. Fabio
throwing a
shot
few
to the
lefts
side of the
his own.
head. Great strike to the temple. Fabio doing a very smart thing. He's bridging and keeping his distance and also throwing some pretty wicked right hands.
Yeah, Fabio well versed on the ground, able to control his opponent and strike. But Pacholik also very comfortable on his back, holding his arms. He's been here with plenty of jiu-jitsu before. Jiu-jitsu fighters, excuse me.
This area of the ring very tough for Mike to pass the guard. So they're going to wait and they'll let this thing go. They're pulling the stairs out of the way.
Just to make sure these guys don't roll out of the ring.
Fabio's a big favorite, as you know. Totally pro Fabio crowd. But Mike is just willing to wait and see, kind of wait his chance now.
Yeah, he's in a decent position. His head almost above into that corner pad. He may not be able to quite feel what he's doing. Fabio looks to be in a better position right now, controlling Pacholik with his legs and able to strike with the hands. But
Great right hand, real short right hand by Fabio to the temple of Mike Pacholik.
Pacholik with lefts of his own to the ribs of the smaller Fabio Gurgel.
Fabio's people help when he put in a towel to brace his head against that metal standard over there. I guess you can do it. No holds barred. They literally mean it. Mike Pacholik really can't do much because his arms are trapped under the ring, under the bottom rung. Fabio looking for a place to hit him. Look at that. His right hand is cocked. He's ready to go. Mike's right hand, though, on his neck, but now he pulls it off.
Gurgel looking for the armbar. He'll be looking for an armbar here. He's trying to hold the arms, and if he could get those legs around the neck of Pacholik, he'll be able to push him back.
Oh, great right hand inside to the heart of Mike Pacholik. Pacholik not letting go. Does not want to let that arm too free for an arm lock.
Yeah, he's been here enough that he can feel himself around.
Yeah. Fans are getting into this one.
Very calm is Fabio.
Pacholik really has a tough time because with those ropes you can't do anything from that position, and the only guy that can do anything really is Fabio, and he's getting a lot of help from his countrymen.
Yeah, Pacholik's hands are really trapped under there. If he goes over, he might get trapped. If he goes under where he's at right now, he's kind of just feeling himself around.
Oh, a good shot to the midsection, actually the side of Fabio. Good left hand. Fabio coming back with his own left on the other side. He stays, the guard stays broken, and Mike's taking some punishment under there.
Yeah, Fabio getting the better shots off right now. Pacholik just trying to keep control, not to give up that arm for an armbar. We'll see what happens here.
One thing that Pacholik's doing, he's wearing tape around his wrist, and that is a great thing for Fabio for grip, because it's not a sweaty skin is very, very difficult to hold on to. But
exactly, you'll notice here that all these guys fight in just shorts alone. The less stuff there is to hold on to, the better it is. And these sweaty bodies just slip right off them. Often on those takedowns, these guys miss.
Awful lot of infighting right now. Just some short shots to the midsection by Pacholik. A good left hand there by Fabio.
I think if Pacholik was smart, he'd try and just jump up really quick and try and slip out, because his arms are free. And I don't think Rizzo could hold him there with those feet. Pacholik's a strong guy, a lot of a wrestling background, and start it fresh, because he's in no position to do anything right here. Right. He's just going to slowly take some punishment.
Now he's got him in it.
We're about to roll to the left of the ring.
Yeah.
Fabio punishing him with the lefts.
Really
and the
down
rights.
low. Mike tapped out.
Pacholik taps
Pacholik
out.
took way too many left hands. He finally taps out.
A punishing right by it was a punishing right hand by Rizzo. And Pacholik had no punching range. He took one, I think it was right on the ear, and he just said, I had enough. Those start to pay off, those tight little punches. And, well, we'll look at it
There's a
again.
great right hand right there, Greg. And Mike
Pacholik
said that's
just
enough.
taps.
He had taken so many shots, just an inordinate amount of shots, and he is still down. I think he'll be all right, but he gave it his best shot. But coming in here and trying to beat a Brazilian of his caliber is a very difficult task indeed. You see it again. You see the right hand. That short right is the one that did it, Greg. That short right hand is the one that did it. And Mike taps out. Something that all of these fighters hate to do is tap out, but he had just taken so much punishment. Fabio was content to take his time, to wait him out, to get his shots in. He softened, and then he threw a devastating right hand there.
Pacholik put up a great fight. He just wore him down. He was just outclassed tonight. He fought a good fight. He really did. If he had him in the middle of the ring, it might have even been a different story. He's here fighting if not the best jiu-jitsu fighters in the world, and Fabio's played his game and stick with it and finished him off.
Greg, you made a great point too. Had he been able to pull him out from under those ropes, he might have been able to swing. He could not. He had nowhere to strike, which of course is one of his fortes, and that did him in. Okay, coming out first will be the man nicknamed Red, Richard Red Herd, 30 years old, 6'3", 220 pounds, from Ontario, California. His style, submission, wrestling. He can strike, he can do it all.
Hello, I'm Richard Red Herd, champion of World Vale Tudo 1. I'm here to fight Pedro Rizzo, champion of World Vale Tudo 2. I'm here to prove that I am the best fighter here.
This guy played professional football, so he generally shoots right across, takes his opponent down to the ground, and he's a great submission artist. He knows chokes, he knows ankle locks, and he's great with the arm bars as well. So,
all right, they were supposed to fight one time before. An injury prevented that. Pedro Rizzo coming into the ring from Rio de Janeiro, 6'2", 220 pounds. He's but 22 years old. He is a protege of the great Marcos Ruas. His style, Ruas Vale Tudo.
I'm Pedro Rizzo. I represent the Ruas Vale Tudo, and today I will prove it's the best style in the world.
Undefeated, 4-0 in Vale Tudo fighting.
Yeah, really walked through the World Vale Tudo Championships #2. Barely. I mean, his final match with Vernon White was a pretty good fight, but it wasn't too tough for him.
Red Herd is an incredibly intelligent young man who is a thinker out there. You'll watch his face, you'll never see panic. And I think very much same with this young man here. And look at it, who's in his corner, the great Marco Ruas.
There you go. Richard Red Herd, the winner of World Vale Tudo Championships #1 in Japan, and Pedro Rizzo, the champion of World Vale Tudo Champions #2, right
Rick
here.
Lucero is in Red Herd's corner. Rick is a phenomenal jiu-jitsu fighter himself. He's a small guy, 165, but I saw him roll around with every one of our competitors, most of them, during practice. So Red's really well prepared. He's ready to go. No signs of the hamstring injury. He's anxious.
Yeah, for some people who didn't know, he hurt his hamstring in the last fight. They expected these guys to fight in the World Vale Tudo Championships #2. Here they go. Red closing, just as a nice right hand on the cheek of Rizzo. Oh, strong
right.
punches.
Red trying to get him down. Rizzo with a knee into the midsection of Red.
Red unusually coming out with some strong punches to start off.
Good
Usually
knees.
he's a big puncher on the ground.
Both men exchanging
Nice knees.
to the groin.
Red Herd has the look of violence on his face. You can just see that. He is here and ready to fight.
Former football player, a linebacker. So
Rizzo just trying to control his fighter right now. but taking strong kicks by Richard Red Herd to the groin.
Surprising, because I thought that Rizzo would be giving most of the kicks. Both are exchanging some vicious knees.
Yeah, they really are. Two good all-around fighters here, both fighting for control right now. Now a nice little knee there to the face by Rizzo on Herd. Interesting fight. Staying well apart is Richard Red Herd, staying the distance so he doesn't take any unusual knees.
Look at the size of the legs of Pedro Rizzo.
Yeah, just huge. Muay Thai fighter, number 4 ranked in the world right now. That's how Marco Hua started out, as a Muay Thai champion, 4-time Muay champion. Pedro Rizzo went the same way and now has moved on to Vale Tudo.
Trained with him for 10 years now. Now Red's trying to grab the trunks and maybe some kind of a takedown, and a little left hand, not doing a whole lot of damage. Great short right. Both men fighting again. Red trying to get him on the ground, but it's not working at this point.
Red is relentless, and so is Pedro. These guys, both very calm, taking what comes their way, not hurrying things, just trying to control their opponent. Red kind of able to back up Rizzo. Being a football player, he's very strong, able to back his opponent up. That's usually always doubling up his Red, trying to get some punching room.
Sure is. Left and a right, and now he's...
Great fight. Oh, a left and a right exchanged by both fighters. Back to the clinch. Unusual situation, these guys holding on to each other the way they are.
I think Red has a cut on his forehead up.
Red, for a second, they're reaching for the rope, then knowing that he can't do it.
Tough kick to the
headbutt
thigh.
And a knee by Rizzo. Headbutt and a knee by Rizzo.
Red coming with an uppercut to the right. Another uppercut. But Pedro with the relentless attack with the knees.
Totally even fight at this point.
That's a tough shot to the buttocks with the flying knee right there.
Absolutely, both these guys just relentless, staying on their opponent. They've both really done it all thus far. Knees, kicks, a few elbows I saw, some stretching it out, punching,
headbutts,
and not
two
to the
in a
ground
row.
yet.
2 headbutts and then another knee. Red is busting up. His face is busting up. He's bleeding pretty severely right now. Well, I'll tell you, what a great job with the knees from Pedro Rizzo. And another headbutt.
Really right on the Charlie
good right
horse.
Hand that time by Red. But Red wants to get him down, but this is a bad position for Red Herd and a great position for Rizzo.
Yeah, they could go out and go to the ropes here any time. They're both standing right on each other. There's a lot of infighting going on. Rizzo with the left, couple left hands. But Red Herd staying in there. This guy does not give up.
Red's giving away 8 years. They're both about the same weight. And a lot of experience in this type of fighting. Red with a right hand. Looks like Pedro has a slight gash on his right eye, too.
Neither one of them really wanting to go to the ground yet. I believe either one of these can take their opponent to the ground, but content staying up.
Boy, Red is messed up, though. He's got to separate himself from those right hands and those knees to the head. Pedro's relentless, though, with that left hand.
Yeah,
Joe Bassarelli keeping a very close eye on both combatants. Red with the headlock. Red takes another one.
Pedro with lefts. Couple of more lefts. Herd almost going down, but no, but now he goes for the takedown. Oh, and a kick by Rizzo. Herd's down on the ground. Rizzo trying to finish him, but back up to his feet. Herd, Rizzo with the left and the right trying to finish him. Herd just about out on his feet, but won't give up. He's such a tough guy.
Red was stunned. He was almost out on his feet. Pedro now working him over in the corner, but a tremendous kick to the temple.
Yeah, and those Charlie horses right there that he's putting on there, and the foot stomps, he's just coming from every angle. Just
Red's
like
trying to gather himself, get himself back, get the cobwebs out, because he was rocked.
Yeah, he really was. Clearly, Pedro Rizzo would be coming into this the better puncher and kicker, but Red coming out with just a beautiful array of punches and kicks of his own, but now it's starting to pay off for Pedro Rizzo.
That leg's going to go numb if he keeps taking it high in the thigh like that.
Yeah, this guy's the hardest kicker I've ever felt next to Marco Huas.
Red, the little headbutt, left hand, and boy, this kid's a great fighter.
In only his 5th Vale Tudo match, Red is about out on his feet, but won't give up. He just doesn't. His face, he's feeling okay. He's shaking his head. I'm all right. I'm all right. Rizzo trying to dig in to finish him.
Boy, Rizzo with a...
And down to the ground.
Yeah,
down to the ground they go.
Got him where Red wants him, where he...
Yeah, Red's okay down there. He's probably a lot better off down here on the ground. He'll look for a finishing hold.
Red's going to try and get a blow here, going to get a little time. He's going to try and relax a little bit just so he can breathe and just recover, you know, and get himself back, get his faculties back. But Pedro is just forcing the action.
Pedro working for the side mount. Oh, Richard Red Herd holds him in a half guard, does not let him get around. What Rizzo would want to do in that situation is get to the side. He can strike. That's famous from Marco Ruas. Loves to work from the side mount.
Red Herd is not afraid to get cut. He's been cut in several of his fights, so that's not a factor with him at this point.
Rizzo showing his jiu-jitsu skills by moving Herd back to the middle of the ring where he has some room to do what he likes to do.
Oh, nice elbow in the ribs.
But Red, very comfortable down there. Knows to hold his opponent back. This is where he's most comfortable.
The one thing I haven't seen from Red yet, he has not panicked. A lot of fighters that are getting pummeled usually panic a little bit. He's not panicking at this point, but he's taking some big shots in the head. And he just finally delivered one.
Yeah, most fighters would have given up by now, but Red Herd, just a true trooper, just a true competitor, a true champion, whether he wins or loses here. This guy is phenomenal.
He's a perfect record, 6-0 on the line here. So he's got a lot at stake.
Yeah, in Vale Tudo matches, this is definitely the toughest fight for both combatants. Neither one of them have ever had this type of competition.
There's some devastating rights to the ribs,
you can
to the
hear
back.
Oh, you can hear him all the way over here. Rizzo punishing right hands to the ribs of Richard Red Herd.
Red has that vice grip around the neck, though. He's not letting go.
Rizzo trying to slip out, but he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful because this is what Red looks for. He looks for you to make a mistake. You make one slight mistake, and he will armbar you, ankle lock you, roll you over your choke you. He's just really got it all. So Rizzo's got to be comfortable, or got to be careful, excuse me.
Remains in the half guard. Little headbutt, inside fighting. Boy, you and I never will experience stuff like this, but you just don't know how devastating it is. It just cuts your face up. There's another shot to the ribs. Look at Red's back is now bruised.
Rizzo going back to the ribs, punishing blows to try and release the arms of Red Herd. Usually,
Red doing a smart thing. He's getting the knee up.
Trying to bring the knee up. Most fighters would bring their arm down, and that's just what Rizzo wants. Red Herd, too smart. He does not bring the arm down. He stays holding on to his head, giving up the ribs, which, you know, it may or may not be a mistake.
His side, Marco Ruas, is imploring him to use the elbow.
Doesn't want him to break that hand.
Yeah, Red's curling up right now and just waiting for his time.
Both resting here, taking a little breather. Both thinking of the next move. It's totally a chess match here, just working back and forth. Two pure fighters all around.
Those rights.
There goes the arm.
Yep.
And
finally, he wore him out.
Yep. He had to control that arm to protect those ribs. Now he's opening his head up, possibly to a headbutt.
Marco's eye, his left eye, looks like it's cut. Certainly is swollen.
Rizzo.
I'm sorry. Pedro, just relentless. He's just staying there. Can't move him. He's got great leverage, great balance with a headbutt. Red trying to ward that off. He goes back. Now watch. I would not be shocked. There's another right. Oh, back of the head. I thought he'd go to the ribs again.
Red doing absolutely everything right here. He's just fighting possibly a tougher, younger fighter. But that's yet to be seen. I've seen Red Herd get out of some pretty difficult situations.
Tough shot. Tough headbutt to the jaw of Red Herd that time by Pedro Rizzo.
You can see Red Herd keeping Rizzo in the guard, though. He keeps his legs wrapped around Rizzo's leg. If Rizzo can escape from that, he'll move to the side, and then he would try to get up on. He's trying to get out of it. Red Herd just too sharp, too tough to let Pedro Rizzo get out of that.
Boy, he locked into the half guard, and you're right. It's not very many people can get out of that.
No, not from Richard Red Herd. From a lot of fighters, they could. But Red Herd, too smart. He knows if Rizzo can get to the side, he'll be in big, big trouble.
You know, it surprised me early in this bout. Now we're into about 10 minutes of this. Early into this bout, I was a little surprised he stayed up as long as he did, because he really absorbed some serious punishment.
Yeah, he really did. Normally he'll take his opponent to the ground knowing he could dominate him then. Surprisingly, he stood in there and punched and did an amazing job. He's a very tough guy, showing us what a great puncher is. Taking some punches, laughing at us though, smiling at us.
He's looking at us over here. He's like, no, that didn't hurt.
It's a bloody face, but he's showing us that confidence that he's shown me throughout all his fights. He'll look over and just say, I'm all right, I'm all right.
It's amazing. Red, though, we talked about earlier, before he fought during the workouts this week, he said the last place he wants to be is on the bottom, and that's where he's been at this point. But he said it's not going to be his downfall per se, but he'd rather be on top. And Rick, his trainer, said the same thing.
Yeah, he's good enough in jiu-jitsu skills and submission skills that he knows how to survive down there. Pedro, been in the situation before, knows they're both. It's just absolutely phenomenal what's going on in there, the infighting.
Great headbutt to the jaw. Red Herd that time by Pedro Rizzo.
And Herd, amazingly, to keep him able to hold on to him this tightly with the sweaty body of Rizzo. Usually, when you get so sweaty, it's hard to hold on tight, but he knows every move to keep that body tight on his. That's the art of a jiu-jitsu man, is to keep his body on your body. Don't let them escape. Hold them as tight as you can.
Saw Pedro there trying to break the guard. There goes Red.
Red trying for the roll. Rizzo, too experienced. A lesser man would have been rolled right there. Rizzo fighting to get out.
Huge headbutt again. Right to the jaw.
A strong left to the face. You can hear him by Rizzo.
You know, Pedro Rizzo told me his parents think he's crazy. They never show up in any of his fights.
And we can see why.
And we can see why.
He's a very nice guy. Very nice guy.
All these guys are. Pedro now trying to still get out of the guard, the half guard. Another headbutt.
Yep, they're over in Red Herd's corner now. He's getting some advice from his corner men. But he knows everything there is to do. He's been there before, taking some punishment to the back of the head.
It's been a long time since Red Herd threw a punch.
Yeah,
he's not thrown a strike in quite some time.
He's holding on right now, hoping Rizzo will make a mistake. And then he'll roll. And there goes Rizzo into the full mount. Wraps those legs around. Could be big trouble. Could be big trouble. Couple lefts. This is pretty much the second best position of a jiu-jitsu man.
You see how quickly he broke out of the half guard?
And he taps out. He knew he was punished. An amazing fight. An absolute amazing fight. Rizzo, I've never seen a fight out of Rizzo like I saw here, hugging Marco Ruas, who taught him everything he knows. Red Herd just knew once he was wrapped, once Rizzo got his legs wrapped around him, there was nothing he could do. If he didn't get into that guard, Red Herd wouldn't have given up, because he knows that he's tough and he could have survived another 10 minutes. Once Rizzo got to basically a full guard, a full mount position, he wasn't able to get up on his chest, but Rizzo, clearly too experienced of a fighter to let Red get out. He tried to roll him several times, wasn't able to do it, and finally just said, I've had enough.
Pedro Rizzo is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. He has taken all of Marcos Ruas's 10 years of training and put it to use to become one of the premier Vale Tudo fighters in the world.
Federico Lapenda enters the ring. We'll give him the World Vale Tudo Championship #3 belt. What a privilege it is for him to be receiving this. That means he is the two-time champion of the World Vale Tudo Championships, the first of its kind.
Last couple of seconds of this fight, that left, and I think Red had just about had enough. He taps out.
Yep.
And there you go, and that was it. He absorbed an enormous amount of punishment, and you know, by knowing Red, that it just killed him to tap out, but you know, smarter heads prevail. He is a bright young man.
Clearly the fight of the night. Red will be back. I can assure you of that. He's way too tough a guy.
Wow.
Pedro Rizzo, the fans showing their appreciation. Not quite what Gurgel would be receiving should he take on his next fight, but still a Brazilian. Red Herd putting on a tremendous fight. Always comes to fight, threw it everything that he had, just ran out of gas, knew he was in a situation where there was nowhere to go, and Pedro Rizzo endured.
And they're giving Red Herd a hand as he walks out. That's a class act by the Sao Paulo Brazilian crowd. You love to see that, and of course this young man, he is a class act. As you pointed out earlier, great young man, a great fighter, and certainly a credit to his sport. People like Pedro Rizzo, Marcos Ruas, and Red Herd will put this sport on the map.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If this sport, that's exactly what this sport needs, is a few more than photographers from all around the world fighting for photographs of Marco Ruas and his protege, Pedro Rizzo, showing what he has. He's been waiting for his coming out. Now, just 22 years old, he's out and ready to take on all comers.
You know, earlier I thought I saw a cut on his eye, but he doesn't have a mark on his face.
He looks beautiful.
And he gave a bunch of headbutts in that. I mean, more than you can imagine. I think the key in this fight, as I observed, I think Red took way too much punishment early on, and it took quite a bit out of him, especially when he was over in one of the corners, bent over, and then he was dropped. And I was a little surprised that Pedro did not jump on him at that point, but he didn't. And then, of course, the rest is history. Pedro, very tedious, very meticulous. He broke him down, and he put him up.
Yeah, surprisingly, Red Herd came out swinging, and as we said, did a phenomenal job getting off some of the better shots in the first minute or so in the fight, but then I think it wore him out a little bit. He's really not a puncher, but he showed there that he was, so it's a kind of contradiction what I'm saying here, but he's a pure fighter. He's got all the skills. Pedro Rizzo, too much for him tonight. He'll be back to fight another day.
I don't think you could knock that kid out with a baseball bat. I'm talking about Pedro Rizzo. He took some mammoth shots.
Yeah, and he looks great.
Yeah.
He does. He looks great. He actually looked a little bit rocked at the beginning, but was able to get in.
I think you're surprised, don't you?
I was very surprised. I clearly know he's the better stand-up fighter, with his Muay Thai experience, but Red Herd, just with the devastating shots in the first part of the fight, I think that actually got Pedro a little bit off his game, but eventually, when Red was a little tired, he took him to the ground. I think if they were to fight again, I think Red would come out, try and take him to the ground a little bit quicker, because he's just phenomenal on the ground, as he showed us, just surviving that long after being stunned by so many lefts and rights and knees by Pedro Rizzo.
It is now that time. Time for the World Vale Tudo Championship number 3. And coming out first to the ring is the American freestyle wrestler, Mark Kerr, 28-year-old from Toledo, Ohio, who has been remarkably impressive in his 2 previous bouts, winning both of them very handily, showing a great ability to strike both with the knee and with the hand. And of course, the hometown favorite, Fabio Grisol. He's coming into the ring. He has won 2 bouts, 1 controversial, but the second one, he pummeled Michael Pachork into submission, made him tap. So we have an unbelievable final set up, Greg Friedman.
Yeah, we really do here. These fighters are unbelievable. Neither one of them really got hurt in their fights earlier. They both look fresh and ready to go. This is going to be a great fight. See a little blood coming from Mark Kerr's hand, but he's a real tough guy. It's going to take a lot more than that to stop him.
Mark Kerr did something very, very intelligent. He took his shoes off.
Interesting.
Knowing that he could use the kick, because in the first bout, remember, he was reprimanded for that, for kicking illegally. So he takes the shoes off, wraps the ankle, he's ready to go. That wrapped ankle, though, is a grip possibly for Fabio.
Mark Kerr with an interesting little front kick there. No one knew that he would have that in his arsenal. They'd think that he would just be a wrestler and stick with that, being the great wrestler of American freestyle that he is.
He will not spend very much time, though, up on his feet. You know he's going to shoot for Fabio's legs to try and take him down.
Well, Fabio, I think maybe it'll be interesting who decides to take the first shoot. They both are better fighters on the ground, but it's that initial strike that can hurt you very badly if you don't do it right.
Heel kick can be effective if you get in the right spot. Right on the knee.
Here Joe using a front side kick to the front leg of Kerr. Basically what that does is stop him right in his steps. You're not coming in on me, because you'll catch that leg and it'll send you backwards. It just keeps you off. You see how he can just keep him off with that.
That leg's actually starting to get red, that thigh, where he keeps taking that front kick.
It's a good setup for a jiu-jitsu man. That's what they like to use. It's that front kick. They set you up, let you try to go down to block it, and there comes Kerr. There's Joe.
Kerr's got it his way right
and down
now,
to the ground they go. Gurgel getting the better strikes as they go in, But now Kerr, where he wants to be. Gurgeot, a good fighter from the bottom, pounding the ears of Kerr.
This is something Mark Kerr has not experienced before, taking shots, but now he tries one of his own. Fabio is a master at this technique. Kerr is cut. He is bleeding on the cheek of Fabio. He is cut.
It'll be interesting to see how long Kerr can take that punishment, being down on the bottom where Fabio likes to strike from there. He works those ears, works the side, and actually Fabio back in the corner. Oh, Kerr, the smart thing, pulling him back into the arena.
The one thing Michael Pachor could not do.
Exactly. You want to get him back out there. If he gets back in the corner where he feels comfortable, he's there getting advice from his cornerman. Fabio getting the better strikes, but Kerr very strong.
Boy, he is just overpowering him with his strength. Trying to cross over, but he's got him in a half guard.
Yeah, he'll try and control the fight from there. He's in a better position here. He's not susceptible to the punches. Right where Kerr wants to be. He'll bring his fighter back to the middle of the ring. Try to get out of that work.
He tried to elbow, but he didn't quite pull it off. Right hand to the face.
Missing. Gurgeot doing amazingly well. Able to sustain and keep Kerr at this point.
Blood coming from the knuckle of Kerr, sustained in the last fight, so his face remains unmarked.
Gurgeot very comfortable on the ground. He'll let Kerr come to him, and up comes Gurgeot. They'll start it again. Kerr looking at his hand. Up to boxing position. Gurgeot looks like the better puncher of the two thus far.
He sure does.
Takes
Good striker with the leg. He did it again. He's hit Mark Kerr with that front kick about 8 times already.
Kerr stalking. Gurgeot. Nice side kick.
Yep.
Actually a round kick to the back of the leg. He's made Kerr a little bit conservative. Kerr stepping back a little bit. Not as anxious as he once was. Throwing a nice kick of his own to the back leg.
Unexpected, but very good. Little chess game going on. Kerr trying with a one-leg takedown. He's got him down. But I'll tell you what, Fabio's lightning
Fabio
quick.
is fighting the fight of his life.
Kerr just trying to overpower
crawling
him.
in, trying to get those shots in. Oh, a nice punch by Gurgeot to the face. Kerr trying to outmuscle him.
Kerr got him in a, looks like he's trying to choke him out.
Yeah, he'll try from down there.
He is incredibly strong.
But Gurgeot clearly putting on a great show here tonight, showing the expertise of the jiu-jitsu man, able on the ground, both on the ground and standing, able to do what he needs to do. Pulling Kerr tight, has not taken the blows that other fighters have taken from Kerr while they're down on the ground.
Oh, good right hand to the ribs, actually under the arm by Mark Kerr. Boy, I'll tell you, that's a smart thing for Fabio to do. He's getting his distance. He does a heel kick to the jaw, but it just missed.
A beautiful kick by Gurgeot, using everything he's got here, and he's going to need it, and he's doing a great job.
Kerr has broken open a cut on the forehead of Fabio.
But Fabio is so skilled at holding those arms.
He's taking right
Kerr
to the head.
not able to get off the punches that he wants
Kerr
to.
trying to headbutt.
Oh, a beautiful
headbutt in the mouth.
In the face of Gurgeot. May have lost a tooth even on that one.
Gurgeot was talking to Battarelli. Kerr said, no holds barred. Boom, with the headbutt in the face. Another one to the jaw.
Gurgeot doing the best he can, keeping that hand in front of his face. Mark Kerr just so strong.
He can't get out of this big guy's grasp. He can't do a whole lot with him. He's trying to survive, ladies and gentlemen. Fabio Gurgeot.
What a trooper. Just a great fight. Being able to control Kerr. He's still controlling the fight here. He
Outweighed
really is.
by 70 pounds.
The fans start to chant, Brazil. Kerr clearly out of his realm here, but putting on a tremendous fight. This is just the fight that we thought it would be. This is what everybody expected.
Kerr tried another one. He's pounding him with the rights, but just missed.
Gurgeot using everything he can to get him off, and he's able to get him off. Wow. And Gurgeot stepping up, saying, I'm a better stand-up fighter. Kerr actually looking away for a minute.
Mark Kerr looking at his right hand. Second time he's done that. You got to wonder if he has injured it more severely than just that cut. Tries a round kick. Oh, the
Gurgeot takes
double
him back
leg takedown
by Kerr, actually back down on the ground. taking a breather. They're both in a little breathing mode here.
Yeah, Kerr has him where he wants him, though.
Actually, no. Fabio likes this. This is where Fabio can get some punching room. Kerr needs to be higher up. He needs to get out of that guard. Fabio's controlling the hip of Kerr and will keep him low. He's even resting that. You see how he rests that foot? Not a whole lot's going on there.
He's just resting, taking his time. Kerr just trying to free that foot, but he can't.
Kerr is opening himself up to a strong kick by Gurgeot. He's holding those hands down. Gurgeot will kick him right in the face. We've seen Americans open themselves up to that before.
Great move by Kerr. He crosses over. He's got a cross mount.
This is where he wants to be. He likes this side mount position. He could do some damage here.
This is a great opportunity if he can get that hand underneath to choke him out, but he can't quite get it there right now.
Or he'll look for an arm lock, but again, Fabio, very smart fighter.
Oh, the reverse
trying
mount.
to turn over Kerr, holding him on a leg. This is he likes this position, does Fabio.
Yeah, it looks like Kerr, although
both
exactly,
amazingly
well,
well.
You take a shot to the ribs or something. And
amazingly well-conditioned athletes.
Oh, tough elbows to the back.
Amazing strikes by Kerr to the back, but Gurgeot, too tough. He's been here before.
You got to wonder if Mark Kerr has ever met anybody this tough in his life.
And the endurance. When does the endurance come into factor here? Both fighters are tired.
Mark Kerr working his way down the net. He's
looking for the triangle choke. He'll try and stretch that arm out. Kerr able to pull out of it.
No way he's going to triangle choke him. He's got immense neck strength. There's no way he can do it. He's getting a beating
Kerr
right now.
punishing.
Going outside of the ring.
Kerr striking Gurgeot with the head, with the arm.
Gurgeot cannot swing because Kerr's using the rope to block the blows.
Fabio working clearly great from his back. Almost able to stretch that arm out. That was the move he was looking for. Kerr almost made his mistake, and Fabio almost finished it. Any slightly lesser man would have not been able to pull that arm out.
Nasty gash on the forehead of Fabio. The fans are cheering their warrior on, but he's still on the bottom, still taking most of the punishment. But I'll tell you what, he's a phenomenal athlete. He takes a right.
Fabio actually resting right now,
yes.
Just controlling the arms and the head of Kerr. Kerr able to rest a little bit too, lying on top. They're both thinking, who will attack? The fans are clearly all aware of what's going on here. This is a big jiu-jitsu
great
town.
forehead butt there. Great headbutt. Kerr just a little bitty shot to the jaw that gets the crowd excited.
But Kerr, a very strong, heavy guy.
Oh, yeah.
You got to hit him a lot. But
he threw people around in practice sessions here like, paper dolls. It was
he
amazing.
really has. Trying to get some punching room. Gurgeot been there. He gets off a quick shot.
Oh,
and a
big
headbutt
headbutt
by Kerr. Gurgeot pulls him tight, holds one hand in front of the face to protect his face. So it's a little cushion, if you will.
I don't think.
You can see the bloody, swollen hands of Mark Kerr, very possibly broken from that shot there.
Fabio just resting, as you pointed out earlier.
A great defensive fighter, and clearly the quicker of the two. As Mark Kerr pulls up, Fabio's able to get in there and stop it. He's going to try and take some strikes here to the ear of Kerr.
Going to try and kick Kerr.
He's going to try. See, Kerr, if he leaves that arm behind, that's just what Fabio is waiting for and will need to stop.
Does
Mark
he have
Kerr.
the strength to throw an arm bar on Mark Kerr?
Well, he's going to need both legs and that arm, which is what you
great
do
left
for a
side of
triangle
the head.
choke.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Great left on the side of the head that time by Kerr. Right above the eye. A battle of attrition, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, these are world-class athletes right here, and they're proving it.
Kerr trying to work him back out into the ring.
Where he can work a little bit. He doesn't want to roll out and have to restart. He's comfortable right here.
Fabio breathing very heavily right now.
Yeah, both of them really exhausted.
Another headbutt. Boy, those are just wear on you. Fabio's feeling those, trying to ward those off now.
Yeah, Fabio clearly, he's controlling the fight. He's controlling what he wants to do. Mark able to get off some punches, punching with the side of his hand now. That hand, I believe those knuckles are broken. Kerr using the right side of his hands. Now he'll try some less. See what that hand does for him.
Oh, he's got him twisted around like a pretzel here.
Yeah. Gurgeot trying to get him off of him, but Kerr just staying tight. He's just so strong. Both of these fighters, again, this is the best fight of these guys' lives. Fabio has never fought anyone like Mark Kerr in jiu-jitsu, and Mark Kerr has never fought anybody this quick, this skilled in jiu-jitsu as Fabio Gurgeot.
Mark Kerr's hand, I would venture to say, is broke because
they're a little tied up on that rope there.
Yeah, but he is hitting him with the outside of his hand.
Kerr pulling him back in the ring. Doesn't want to get caught up in those ropes. The chant, Fabio. The chant, Fabio, Fabio. There they go.
As a freestyle wrestler, Mark Kerr is not used to going more than a 5-minute match. So he's well past that already. You got to wonder how long he can hold up under this type of system.
Yeah, truly an amazing athlete. Truly an amazing athlete. These jiu-jitsu fighters train for hours on end. Fabio having schools. Oh, Mark Kerr throwing those rights. You could see those swollen knuckles. Yeah, that hand it could very possibly broken, but still wanting this championship, knows what it means in his first fight to become the championship of a World Vale Tudo Championships.
Oh, he has just thrown some devastating headbutts all night long.
See, this is what people were unsure of with the American wrestlers. Were they able to put it all together? Were they able to punch and strike and use headbutts? And Mark Kerr definitely has it all. Richard Hamilton told us this is the best. This is the best of the best. And he's trained some great wrestlers, fighters, all-around people.
And headbutts 2 in a row as Fabio, then he takes the left, a left strike from Kerr. Little left hand right to the jaw, just missed that one.
You can't quite tell. There's a cut on the forehead of Gurgeot. Other than that, I see some blood on the ear. Don't know if that's from Kerr's face or Gurgeot's own head. No, that's coming out of his ear. His ear is bleeding pretty bad.
Also, his right eye is starting to swell badly too. He has a huge knot on the right eye. Kerr gets booted off, but he goes back. He's an incredibly quick 260-pounder.
Unbelievable. Gurgeot looking for those quick strikes. Clearly the quicker of the two.
Yes.
But Kerr just relentless, just staying tight, understanding that. I think he understands what type of fighter Gurgeot is and knows what he needs to do here. Is he going to be able to do it? That'll be the thing.
Fans are really crowding around this ring, so our vantage point is hindered at best. It's tough to see what's going on, although there goes Mark Kerr, still on top. In the guard. Now the guard's broken. Trying to get up high.
He's trying to get up high. He's going to go for that arm bar. He's looking for that triangle choke. Fabio, he's way high. Fabio looking for a lock here. He's looking for the arm bar. He's looking. If he leaves that elbow behind and Gurgeot's able to push him away.
He is. He's going for the arm bar. Kerr trying to pull out of it.
Kerr just so strong. Gurgeot.
Boy, it's an unbelievable fight. Kerr, glancing blow off the top of the head, didn't hurt him at all.
The fans are on their feet here.
Kerr is so strong, he continues to pull. Every time Fabio gets under the ropes, he pulls him back, gives him some striking. Both men exhausted.
Yeah, both men taking some serious punishment here. Fabio more experienced in this type of fight, but he's fighting the much stronger man. It's just such a even matched fight. It's too close to call. Who will give? Who will give?
Yeah, who will give out? I'll tell you, look at Kerr. It's like he's almost going to sleep on his chest.
They both know exactly the game plan. They're both very comfortable right there. We take a break. One comes up. I defend. You attack. I defend. You attack. Same thing. It's an absolute chess match. A nice left by Gurgeot. Kerr counters with the right. Comes up and throws some devastating punches. Are any of them landing? Hard to tell.
Couple got in, but he showed actually very good defense. He didn't take the full force of those strikes to the head. Boy, that right eye, make that the left eye of Fabio Gurgeot, is starting to close.
Yeah, we haven't seen Mark Kerr's face in a while. He's keeping it buried. He knows to keep that face down Oh,
man, right on that eye.
You could hear that.
Yeah.
That was head to face. Mark Kerr's head on Fabio Gurgio's face.
Oh,
He's
another
relentless with those.
devastating blow. Another one. He is just pummeling his head with blows, headbutt.
Looking him straight in the eyes, and here I come.
And it's right hand and
sit down.
now taking a little bit of a break. Crowd right in front of us. Hard to see the action. Boy, another cut under the left eye of Fabio Gurgio. It's bleeding. Mark Kerr, another headbutt into the jaw area of Fabio Gurgio. How much more can this man take? Blood everywhere.
Sergio watching it very closely.
He's saying, I've had enough of those headbutts. I'm going to...
The doctor's in there keeping a close look at Gurgio.
As well as he should, because he is busted up badly around the eyes and the forehead.
But Gurgio, the heart of a champion, just won't give up. He actually looks very comfortable.
Oh, big right hand by Mark Kerr.
He looks bloody, but he's very comfortable. He looks very strong. He looks confident. He's still controlled. He's still keeping Mark Kerr as close as he can. The only thing that he's not used to is those headbutts that keep coming from Kerr.
If that eye closes, oh, there's a huge headbutt.
Yeah, that was on the jaw. He's starting to break the face.
The face is really
Gurgio.
getting busted up. Mark Kerr is one tough cookie, ladies and gentlemen. And Fabio Gurgio is unbelievable.
Fabio, though, again, waiting patiently, waiting for Kerr to make a mistake, knowing he's the smaller, probably more well-conditioned, you would think, of the two athletes, being lighter, waiting for Kerr to make a mistake, leave an arm behind, and he'll finish him with an arm bar or hopefully roll him for a choke. But Kerr just keeps coming on with headbutts. Oh.
Fabio tried to defend against that. He did the second one, but the first one got in. Boy, fans are standing up all around. Very hard to see the action. There's a right hand, though. A couple of rights to the body to loosen that arm up. So he'll have to defend, obviously. And then Mark wants to go back to that headbutt, which he's used so effectively.
A good 20 minutes into the fight, and these guys are absolutely just still going on, just very strong. They'll rest now and then, but these guys are such well-conditioned athletes. Again, Kerr setting up for the headbutt.
Kerr's fallen in love with that maneuver. Now he pulls him back out, wards off a
Fabio
left hand.
looking for that arm bar, trying to hold those arms tight.
Couple of lefts by Fabio.
Fabio, some strong left hands to the head of Kerr.
Kerr trying to rest a little bit. Now he's trying to get Fabio back out. Fabio's incredibly intelligent as he snakes his way back under the ropes to try and get out of Kerr's grasp. They're almost out of the... Now they turned it back around and getting back into the ring. Mark Kerr doing his best to keep Fabio inside of the ropes. Gurgio's left eye is all but closed now. And they're just resting. They're taking a break. They've been going at it for over 20 minutes. Unbelievable action.
Yeah, it really is. These guys both are getting to know each other real well here.
Mark
real
Kerr
well.
trying to scoot him back out towards the floor, to the middle of the ring.
Fabio's actually got Kerr in the best position that he could hope for. This is his best position where he's got him in the guard. He's controlling his head movement. But Kerr just so strong, able to pull out of it when he needs to.
Kerr just throwing rights. Fabio coming back with a couple of blows of his own. Kerr with another headbutt.
The face of Gurgio just swollen, just completely filling up with blood. Both ears, his forehead, devastating blows from all around. Kerr just hammering on him. But
he's going to wonder what alley that truck came out of that hit him.
Yeah, but again, from where Fabio Gurgio comes from, you just don't give up. He's just fighting till the end. He is an amazing competitor. Amazing competitor.
If Mark Kerr's hand is broken, he has shown incredible courage himself. And another headbutt. Although I think a pretty good defense that time by Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio came off a disappointing draw with Jerry Bolander. Really wanted to prove himself. That fight was supposed to happen here. Bolander, I'm not sure for what reason, but backed out of the fight, and Gurgio decided, hey, I'll take the tournament, and he's done an amazing job here.
Look, Kerr just moments ago looked over towards his corner and stuck his tongue out. So he still has a sense of humor, but I don't know how.
It's all in the heart. It's all in the heart right now, putting everything he has into it.
You have two world-class athletes in their chosen crafts, and you're seeing a tremendous battle of attrition, a tremendous battle of courage.
Yeah, we were asked so many times earlier, what's the best art? What do we feel? What have we seen that really impresses us? And again, we said jiu-jitsu, freestyle wrestlers from jiu-jitsu from Brazil, freestyle wrestlers from America, and again, back to Brazil with the Vale Tudo system, which combines all of them. And really, that's what we're seeing here. These guys are throwing it from every angle. This is how Marco Ruas teaches his students. You got to be able to survive every situation, kick, punch, and we haven't seen any choking yet, but phenomenal ground skills by both fighters.
Saw it earlier, but he couldn't quite do it because of the strength of Mark Kerr. Fabio tried an arm bar a little earlier, but Kerr easily got out of that.
Fabio trying to get some advice from his corner. What do I do with this monster is what he's probably saying. How do you stop this guy? He just keeps coming. He won't leave an arm. He won't give me an opportunity. He's just so strong. But Fabio, the patient man that he is, waiting, and how long can Kerr go? That's what he's thinking right now.
Well, the advice from his corner, he must have about 200 cornermen here right now.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
We originally had, 2 men and a quarter? There must be 150 people out in front of us here. Look at that eye. That is closed.
Yeah, he's taken some serious punishment from a broken right hand of Mark Kerr. I'm willing to bet, but just won't give up. And we've seen in these situations, rarely from these types of fighters, but people just give up. Kerr would either just saying I give up, or Fabio saying I give up. I don't know. These guys just don't have it in their heart, in their mind. He's almost got him stretched out. He's looking for a double arm bar. If he can get those arms around his, Gurjo was trying to get those legs around his neck, the neck of Kerr, if he was able to do that. But Kerr, sweaty and strong, able to pull out lefts, punishing open hands, lefts, rights to the face of Gurjo.
Boy, unbelievable barrage by Mark Kerr, but Fabio Gurjo has weathered that storm.
Amazing punishment he took there. Amazing. But he's got his same composure. Still very calm and collective. Everybody, all the fighters in the tournament are out here watching this fight. They can hear it from the exercise room.
These men have been in this very position now for 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah, we're a good. We just got the call. It's 24 minutes into the match. This is a 30-minute bout. If Sergio Bottarelli feels it's too close to call, he will let them go another 10 minutes, which very possibly right now, it's a very tough fight to call. Right now, you're looking at the bloodier Gurjo, but this is the Brazilian style of fighting. They like to wait you out. In fact, a lot of the Brazilian fighters have been backing out of Vale Tudo tournaments because they have time limits on them. They don't want time limits. They say the longer we go, the better chance we have for a victory. Because people make mistakes, and a great jiu-jitsu man seldom does. And as you're seeing that here, he's doing everything he can to fend off Kerr, but he's just so strong.
It's amazing. I'll tell you, he put up an incredible defensive battle. When Kerr will strike 2 or 3 times, and all of a sudden he starts warding off the blows very effectively.
Yeah, Gurjo has done nothing wrong. He's fighting an absolute brilliant fight. But Kerr is just so strong. What can I do? What can I do? He's tried several times for those arm bars, and there was once or twice where he almost was able to sink it in. And the longer we get into the match, the more tired Kerr gets and will be unable, possibly at one time, to pull it out. That's what Gurjo's betting on. He's famous for that triangle choke. That would be getting both legs around the neck, tightening them up, and keeping that one arm extended, or basically squeezed in, and he'll stretch out that arm. And basically, you have to tap out, or they'll break your arm.
Does he have the strength to do that at this point?
Well, that's the question. That's the question. And as we saw earlier, Kerr, who curls 315 pounds, he could theoretically lift Gurjo off the ground and curl him. So, but does he have the strength? 25.5 minutes into the fight.
Yeah. They continue to pretty much take a break at this point. They're trying to get their energy for another onslaught.
It's all about heart right now. It's all about heart and pride. Kerr trying to take it home.
Both of them are loaded with it.
Yeah, they really are. Kerr trying to take the championship home to America, and Fabio trying to keep it here in Brazil. Truly a lot of pride here.
This is a stalemate at this point right now.
Yeah, it really is. They're both as much as they want to be. Fabio actually probably more where he wants to be. Kerr would like to be a little bit higher up where he could extend some of those blows. See, because he's leaving that arm. That arm gets a little bit stretched out. Fabio's waiting to kick him away. See how he keeps that 1 foot dug into the hip, and then he gets up high. Gets high. Keep him off. Keep him off. He'll try and put the foot on the hip, push him away, and then get the high guard. He'll get that high up above the waist of Kerr and try and keep him down low where he can strike. But when Kerr's up high like this, it's hard for Gurgel to do anything.
Kerr looking over to his corner. Little help, throws a little bitty short chopping left. Both men are truly exhausted.
Yeah, they really are. Gurgel trying to roll up and over. If he could, he's got those legs locked in around. He's got one on each side of him. He could try. He's trying, but Mark Kerr is just so strong.
Where did he get the strength to even do that?
He's an amazing athlete. He really is. We're talking Gurgel here.
Yes. Well, Kerr's first venture into World Vale Tudo wrestling, I should say wrestling, how about fighting, because he is an American freestyle wrestler, has been unbelievable. I'm sure he's going to go back shaking his head going, wow.
Yes, yes. Definitely a lot more than he expected. Both fighters were very confident coming in, and they're showing it here. They're showing it here, just not willing to give up.
Boy, look at the right hand, Mark Kerr. It is puffy, bleeding.
Yeah, he's definitely broken some knuckles, possibly the whole hand there. But you'll notice he still even throws it once in a while, just to let Gurgel know that, hey, I can take anything. I'm here to fight, and don't forget about that. Because what will happen is Gurgel will start, that hand's broken. He's not throwing that anymore. He looks for the weakness of Kerr. We haven't seen any yet, but that's what Gurgel will be looking for.
Look at the leverage Kerr is getting with his legs, so to prevent Fabio from coming over, rolling over.
That's the wrestling. That's the wrestling that he knows. Gurgel using the jiu-jitsu that he knows, trying to roll up and out of it, and then he'll try and go for the mount or possibly even a reverse choke. But again, Kerr just so tough. The fans on their feet going, Fabio, Fabio. Wow, what a fight. Sergio Battarelli, along with the doctors, watching this fight very closely. Not wanting anybody to get hurt, but you just can't stop it. These guys are just warriors.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
Gurgel getting the arm into the throat of Kerr, trying to push him off.
Coming in here, Kerr, 260 pounds with 8% body fat. That's less tonight after this endeavor. Fabio still trying to roll over. He can't quite do it. I'm pretty sure he's convinced that he can't. That's the time limit.
That's the 30-minute time limit. We'll see what Battarelli decides to do. I believe they're going to go for a 10-minute extension here.
Fabio's left eye is completely closed.
They're cleaning up their fighters, the Gurgel people. Richard Hamilton's people do be doing the same thing. Everybody on their feet.
I'd like to take a look at Mark Kerr. There are so many people in front of us. It'd be interesting to see if he's doing anything with his right hand. Fabio's left eye, again, just a slit. He's being attended to, getting some ice, getting some treatment. While we look at Fabio Gurgel, Sergio Battarelli talking with Richard Hamilton.
Both getting ready for the second round. That was the first round of the fight.
Look at that eye.
Wow. That is closed.
Yeah, that's a nasty, nasty wound. Wow, I'll tell you what, it's very, very hot, very humid in here, and we have seen two guys, I don't know how they've been able to continue to go for 30 solid minutes. Incredible.
Absolutely unbelievable.
I probably said incredible about 20 times, but that's probably the best word to describe what I've seen here tonight.
It really is an amazing event. It really is an amazing. This fight is what a championship fight should be all about.
So Sergio Battarelli.
They're trying to get everybody away from the ring so they can get this thing restarted.
Wow, the Fabio Gurgeot camp, many of his supporters standing up on the ring apron.
A lot of fans of Gurgeot here tonight. They all want to be a part of it to support their fighter. It's just such a tough fight.
Sure is. I'll tell you what, he is one tough cookie. He is. There we go.
Quem será o vencedor desta luta? Pois Fábio Gurgel está com o olho muito machucado e
It's over.
30 minutos, ok?
It's over. They're going to a decision, I believe, Greg.
They're checking the eye of Fabio to see if he can go on.
Daqui a pouquinho teremos o resultado conforme os juízes.
I saw Mark Kerr shake hands with his cornerman.
We're waiting for the decision.
I'll be surprised if this goes on, Greg.
Yeah, it was truly an amazing fight by both fighters. They did an amazing job. Fabio's ready to go. His face is totally puffed up. He can't see that left eye. But the word that he is, he's ready to continue. But it looks like they're stopping it. We're still a little bit unsure of what's going on here right now. We're looking for the decision.
Pantera Negra agora vai dar o seu voto. Mark Kerr.
Mark Kerr gets the decision.
Well, he gets.
And he really did deserve it. Oh,
That's
actually,
the
they're going
first
to the judges.
One of the
Sorry.
Mark
Kerr.
Mark Kerr gets another vote.
Agora a decisão do último juiz, Celso Cavallini. Mark Kerr.
And it's a decision. And it
Mark
should have
Kerr.
been. And it should have been. A great fight, a great warrior. Fabio Gurgeot, the heart of a true champion. I can tell you now that this will be a rematch that everybody would like to see. And me, I will try and put this one together because I know fight fans around the world are going to want to see a rematch here. Fabio fought with his heart and soul, truly a champion, and really put on a phenomenal fight. He really did. It's a tough call.
You have to be incredibly impressed, though, by the. Let's listen to
Fabio Gurgeot addressing the crowd. Thanking everybody for the event here tonight. Congratulating Mark Kerr. A true champion addressing the crowd. He has all his fans here saying, hey, I did the best I can. Thanks for your support, and I'll be back. Fans almost in tears for their champion. They love this guy here.
If you can equate this to something, it's like that first time, you have a mystique. It's that first time like Muhammad Ali was defeated. Fans were stunned, fans were shocked. What happened here tonight, you saw two true warriors.
Yeah, Mark Kerr's face actually looks fine. He looked that way when he came here. Actually, when I saw him first, I thought he had a broken nose and swollen face, but that's just he trained so hard that he was able to absorb. He's just such a big, strong guy that everything Fabio was able, tried to give out, he could endure, whether it be punches, kicks. As we look at the replay, Kerr trying to get up high, trying to get out of the guard, but Gurgeot trying to control him. Kerr able to pull those arms out pretty much when he needed to, just pushing his arm and his face, trying to actually suffocate You can stop your opponent from breathing. There's no rule against that. Keep it right in his face, and Mark Cole just squeezes your face. I mean, this guy is such a strong guy. There was guys training with him all day that just said, oh my God, this is the guy to beat. Even though he had no experience, he came in here, showed that he is a true champion and someone to be reckoned with, and the Americans have learned what No Holds Barred is all about, and Mark Kerr is the representative of that.
I think in future bouts for this young man, because he has a very, very bright future, I think in future bouts he's going to work on some submission holds, things of that nature, because he's such a good wrestler. He gets great position. He's so quick and so big that he's able to do something, many of those things, and he'll get those skills.
Federico Lapenda now giving the belt to Mark Kerr, addressing the audience, saying thank you. People of Brazil have been good to him. He's happy, even though during that match it didn't feel like it. He took home the championship belt of the World Vale Tudo Championships #3 and the check for $20,000. Plus, let's not kid ourselves, all these guys get an appearance fee just for showing up. This is just a little bonus check for Mark Kerr. He's happy to take that check home and the belt, and he'll wear it with pride.
Well, I hope before he gets out of here we can get a second with him, and we'll see. But Mark Kerr, first ever World Vale Tudo tournament. He comes out the big winner, a winner of Vale Tudo, World Vale Tudo Championship #3, and he is truly a champion.
Yeah, he really is. These ceremonies, the Brazilians like to take their time, wear it down slowly. The crowd's leaving. Federico Lapenda congratulating Mark Kerr and Richard Hamilton for the great fighter and thanking him for bringing such an amazing fighter to the World Vale Tudo Championships. And it's a pleasure to have this guy as a champion and to represent the World Vale Tudo.
And I'm going to tell you what, Fabio Gurgel has earned a tremendous amount of respect from me.
Yeah.
He addressed this crowd after taking this beating. He addressed this crowd and told them, thank you. Please show some class. Please don't create any problems, because it can get very volatile in venues like this. But it did not, and I tip my hat to him. Boy, I'll tell you, I will pay. I didn't have to pay this time. I will pay to see him fight again.
There you go. You're hearing it. Coming to America. Here we come. Look out for the World Vale Tudo Championships to see a lot more exciting champions from all over the world. Again, Brazil and America taking charge.
It was a great tournament. It was everything we expected. The draw went perfectly. We almost sound like geniuses now, because the draw did indeed go perfectly. With me now, World Vale Tudo champion #3, Mark Kerr. Mark, that was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. Did you expect that kind of a fight from Fabio Gurgel?
Well, going in there, I kind of anticipated that in order for him to submit in the fight, that I was going to have to really, really hurt him and put him in a position where he had to. But I knew that being in Brazil, being a favorite, crowd favorite, that I was going to have to do everything I did and hope that he would submit.
What was the key for you in this fight?
I think the key is just having an awareness, and I was really, like I was saying earlier, I was a little hesitant to whether or not I was going to be able to execute a lot of hand strikes and things like that, and it's amazing when I got out there that how much instinctual through the years, just hand-to-hand combat, that your instinct really takes over. It's amazing.
You had an interesting run through this tournament. You get Paul Varlin, the polar bear. Tell me about that bout real quickly.
Paul going in, I knew Paul, he's a big, strong man, and his biggest asset is for him to catch you. I mean, if he catches you with a punch, it's 340 pounds of muscle, and it's going to hurt, and that's his game. And my game is to get down and use my agility on the ground to be able to mobilize him and then put myself in a position to get him to submit.
Different fight with Mr. Hope.
Yeah. Mr. You know what, that style of fighting, a lot of fakes, a lot of twists, a lot of turns. But, going in, I just was thinking that the way to cut through all that is to just get a hold of him, can't fake you out, and get him down to the ground and put it in a position. Now, what he was trying to do during the fight was he's trying to scoot out from the mat, from the ring. And when he tried to scoot out the first time, I drug him back. And then the second time, I ended up catching a couple shots to the head. And that was it.
And, of course, this last fight, Have you ever seen anybody take that kind of punishment?
No, I just, I don't know what was keeping him in there, but it's amazing. I mean, it really is, and it's one of those factors that make great fighters. To a certain extent, like if that much abuse would have yielded a win, then it was for something. But there comes a point where you're just going to sit there and take abuse, and you have to know within yourself what is the limit that you're going to be able to take before it's just senseless.
You like this?
It's different.
Are we going to see you back?
Yeah, you'll definitely see me back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, World Vale Tudo champion number 3. Mark, God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.